They did it again. Deloitte, they publish an AI-generated documents with wrong information again. And their customer was a government again. And they make the front of many websites again. So Deloitte has been found of using AI to generate part of $1 million report to the Canadian government, a province that is called Newfoundland, and there were wrong information in this report. This wrong information really sounds like AI generated. You know, when you look at it, when you look at how it's structured, so it was not proven, and Deloitte has refused to admit that they used AI, although we'll see later they kind of admitted it by not saying it. So where it all started, you know, before it made it the front of Fortune and another kind of website. But it started by a small journal that is called The Independent. And The Independent was not really looking for that. They were not looking for AI mistakes in a report produced by a consulting firm. They are concerned citizens, and they're looking at their government spending money. You know, so why did the government spend so much money on this report? So the report cost the province nearly 1.6 million. And what was the report about? It was about healthcare, and it was about healthcare allocation of resources, including money. So again, this report was explaining why some money was allocated there. And it was making a point that, okay, this money is well allocated, and we think it was a good way of allocating the province money. Problem is, the support for these documents were research papers that don't exist. You know, so Professor Martha McLeod, Professor Emeritus at University of Northern Region, California, the cost-effective of rural retention program for registered nurse, blah blah blah, but doesn't exist. She never wrote that paper. You know, Artin has done certainly work on rural and remote area, but we never did do a cost-effectiveness analysis. So the whole reasoning and the whole justification relies on a document that does not exist. The author says, "I've never done that. I've never done that." So that's quite interesting. And then another one, Gail Tomley Murphy, said that the article she allegedly co-authored, that is cited in the Deloitte report, does not exist. Never wrote this. Never wrote this document. And what is really interesting is this. How come somebody, a human, would come with such a detailed and well-formatted citation if it doesn't exist? You know? Which human being, really sound of mind with a good mental health, will come out and write this and totally fabricated it? Nobody. Nobody in their right mind. I've never met a human, and I don't think anybody working at Deloitte or any other consulting company will do this work, you know. But do you know who does this? Do you know which kind of entity can do this? AI, yes, AI will do that all the time. If you don't use an AI with a search mode, and if the AI is asked to generate some kind of research paper, they can totally fabricate this one. And if you ask AI to create a document that doesn't exist to justify your conclusion that you already made, this is exactly what is going to happen. So this is why the journalists are being very cautious. You know, Fortune said alleged cited AI-generated research, but looking at that particular citation here on page 207 of the Deloitte report, this is exactly what a text model will do when you don't know how to use it. When you don't understand how AI is working, you ask it, give me a report with citation, give me a report with research paper, this is what will come out. And if you ask the AI, is this a real study? The AI will say, sure, absolutely, this is a real study. So there is no doubt, absolutely zero doubt, that this is AI generated. How did Deloitte respond? Deloitte responded that they stand behind the recommendation put forward in the report. So the recommendations are correct. Okay? And this is very important because it's important for them, but it's also important for their customer because the government asks them to prove a point. Whenever you do consulting, customer will tell you, prove that I'm right, prove that this was the right decision, prove that this was a right allocation of funds. We are revising the reports to make small number of citation correction. Yeah, you have to correct those citations because they don't exist and they are all wrong, which do not impact the report findings. You've already said that. AI was not used to write the report. Okay, we can trust you. It was selectively used to support a small number of research citations. You should have done the exact opposite, right? Do the research, find the article, then use AI to write your report based on hundreds of pages of documentation that you put together. You've done exactly the opposite of what should have been done. You should have used AI for the other way around. And now this person thinks that they are defending themselves. But no, they're digging a bigger hole. You have no clue how AI is working. Whoever is this Deloitte Canada spokesperson has no idea what they're talking about. Is this bad for Deloitte? Absolutely terrible. The more they try to defend themselves, the more it's obvious that they don't understand what they're doing. So if you're a consultant, if you're working in consulting, no matter small or big firm, please train yourself. You can come to our training or anybody or just watch on YouTube, but do not make these kind of mistakes. This is strike 2 for Deloitte. I'm pretty scared for them. I wish them well. Honestly, it's a great company, but they're not going in the right direction. And what is very concerning is they apparently do a lot of work for governments. And a lot of concerned citizens like the independent here, they read this. They're going to check their government. They are going to check all the reports that their government had commissioned from Deloitte, and they're going to review them. And I'm really afraid they're going to find the same types of error all around the world. It happens in Australia, it happens in Canada. It's really bad. It's really bad for them. Can they resist a third one, a fourth one, a fifth one? I don't know. But please, if you work at Deloitte, please, train your top management. Don't let spokesperson come and say these kind of things. We are not using AI for what it's good at. We're using AI for what it's terrible at. This is what this Deloitte person is saying. So train yourself. Register to our online training. Come to our training. Again, our competitor, I don't care. But train yourself. Please train yourself in the proper way of using AI.